Rely on the knowledge of Westfield Insurance. Represented locally by leading independent insurance agents, Westfield Insurance is very proud to bring you Academic Challenge, because supporting youth is another way we're protecting your future.
I've been telling you for years that Champion is the easy choice in home improvements. And now, a sale!
And right now, save 40% off quality Champion windows and maintenance-free siding and 10% or $2,500 off a beautiful Champion patio room during our huge 48-hour sale going on now at Champion.
Remember, during Champion's 48-hour sale, the easy choice in home improvements meets the best time to buy.
Come in this weekend and let us show you how easy a home improvement project can be.
Let's welcome and meet our team advisors from Archbishop Hoban, Judy Moen and Cheryl Elderman. From Hoover, Deborah Wiley, and from North Olmsted, Cindy Beer and Mike Arnold. It's time to get back underway with our hot picks round. One at a time, I'm going to ask each team 8 questions. A correct response is worth 20 points with no penalty for a wrong answer. But any team that answers all 8 questions correctly will receive 25 bonus points. First up is Archbishop Hoban. I call on Kaylee, the captain from Hoover, to pick their questions. 1, 2, or 3.
3, please.
All right. Dan, Tom, and Amber, you don't have to buzz in. I've got your questions right here, and we're going to start with this. Although there were 13 states in existence at its inception, the Constitution was signed by only 12, the exception being what smallest state?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is correct. On his second voyage to the Western Hemisphere, Christopher Columbus introduced to the Caribbean area what cane crop that became Cuba's principal crop?
Sugar.
Sugar is correct. The Yankee Cheese Box was just one of the nicknames given to what Union ironclad that in 1862 fought with the Confederacy's Merrimack?
The Monitor.
Monitor is correct. Take a look at the Monitor, please, for a science question. The sun's energy is released through the process of fusion, during which hydrogen is converted into which of these elements?
Helium.
Helium is correct. Despite his best efforts, explorer Luke Fox failed in his attempt to find what long-sought passage said to connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through Hudson Bay.
The Northwest Passage.
Is correct. Handsome, slender, with fine dark eyes is a description of Raskolnikov, a student who commits murder in what novel by Dostoevsky?
Crime and Punishment.
Is correct. Take a look at the Monitor, please, for a math question. Solve for x, giving your answer as an integer.
5.
5 is correct. 5 or negative 5. The Mohawks were the easternmost tribe of what I initialed Native American Confederation that also included the Senecas and the Cayugas?
The Iroquois.
Is correct. You got the bonus. Well done, Archbishop Hoban. Our second team tonight is Hoover, but I'm going to call on the captain from North Olmsted, Michael, to pick their questions. 1 or 2?
2.
2 it will be. Mike, Kaylee, and Madhav, I've got your questions. Again, you don't have to buzz in either. We're going to start with this. Located between Costa Rica and Colombia is what Central American country bisected by a man-made waterway?
Panama.
That's correct. Although no one has ever seen it, the innermost part or center of the earth is given what name that also identifies the central part of an apple?
Core.
Core is correct. No matter what the actual fabric is, the clothes worn by a horse racing jockey are always named for what fine material spun by the worm-like larvae of certain moths?
Silk.
Silk is correct. Take a look at the Monitor, please, for a science question. Which of these plants is regarded as the simplest?
Blue-green algae.
That is correct. If you were to write a thesis or theseus, you'd include this slang of what mythical monster part man and part bull kept in the labyrinth?
Minotaur.
That is correct. Perhaps because his father had fought in the Napoleonic Wars, what Russian author used that conflict as the backdrop for his novel, War and Peace?
Tolstoy.
Is correct. Take a look at the Monitor, please, for a math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer.
1.
1 is correct. And for the bonus, Hulagu Khan, who ruled much of the Middle East in the 13th century, was a brother of what Mongol ruler who allegedly welcomed Marco Polo to his court in Cathay?
Genghis Khan.
No. Kublai Khan. Answer's Kublai Khan. But well done, Hoover. Well done. We have to accept their first answer. Apparently they knew it, but the first answer was incorrect. Let's move on to North Olmsted. Andy, Michael, and Mike, I've got your questions right here, and we're going to start with this. You don't have to buzz in. Humpty Dumpty might be very nervous if you asked him to walk along what massive structure that extends for 1,500 miles in China?
The Great Wall of China.
That is correct. St. Joseph, Missouri was an important communications center from 1860 to 1861, when it was the starting point of what horseback postal service that extended to California?
Pony Express.
That is correct. A person who moves slowly is sometimes compared to what sticky substance that was part of the triangular trade in colonial America?
Molasses.
Is correct. Take a look at the monitor, please, for a science question. Although one hears the word calorie most often used in connection with food, a calorie is defined as a measure of which of these?
Heat.
Heat is correct. The Tyrant and Those Who Killed For Him is the subtitle of Donald Rayfield's recent biography of what tyrant who ruled Russia during World War II?
Stalin.
Stalin is correct. If she were honored posthumously, Mary Shelley might be given a Bachelor of Science Fiction degree for what horror story that is a forerunner of the...
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein is correct. Take a look at the monitor, please, for a math question. Solve for X.
6.
6 or -6, correct. For the bonus, a politician referring to his opponents as a little group of willful men would be echoing what 28th president, who thus described senators opposing U.S. entry to the League of Nations?
Wilson.
That's correct. You got the bonus, North Olmsted. Well done. It's a tight match, and we're going to be back with our final and deciding grab bag round right after this.
With age comes wisdom. Imagine how much you could learn in 150 years. Rely on the knowledge and experience of Westfield Insurance and the trusted advisor of your independent agent. Represented locally by leading independent insurance agents, Westfield Insurance is very proud to bring you Academic Challenge, because supporting youth is another way we're protecting your future.
My father always told me that the only thing that really is your legacy is your reputation. And I wanted to be sure that my reputation was always one as an individual who represented the highest standards of integrity. That I held myself as an office holder of good character and integrity in all that I did. You need to have leaders who demonstrate, in every sense of the word, absolute honesty and integrity, energy and innovation, but most of all, character.
Jim Petro for governor.
My goal was a job in healthcare, but I didn't know where to start.
Our goal was to hire well-trained people, but where would we find them?
I needed the right education and training.
We appreciate quality training, and we reward it.
I went to college where the best people study.
We went where many of our best employees got their training.
Tri-C connected me to my job in healthcare.
Tri-C connects us to great new employees.
For Academic Challenge information on the web, log on to newsnet5.com and click on Education.
Welcome back to Academic Challenge. Before we continue, we want to recap the scores at this point in our match. With 465 points, Hoover. Tied with 480 points, Archbishop Hoban and North Olmsted. It's time for the grab bag round. In this free-for-all, each correct answer is worth 20 points, but a team will lose 20 points for a wrong or no answer. There will also be a few visual questions worth 30 points, but an incorrect answer will cost your team 30 points. Again, this is for all three teams, so everybody, hands on the buzzers, and let's begin with this. Publishers have sold millions of books in more than 50 languages, telling the adventures of what jungle man created by Edgar Rice Burroughs? Hoover.
Tarzan.
Tarzan is correct. Traditionally, a seaman's companion was what bird noted for its imitation of human speech? North Olmsted.
Parrot.
Parrot is correct. You can find the Latin word for free in the name of what African country settled by freed American? Hoover.
Liberia.
Is correct. Take a look at the monitor, please. Japan sent its first diplomatic mission to the United States in 1860, 7 years after what American Commodore visited? Hoover.
Matthew Perry.
Is correct. You might expect life to be very prickly off the coast of Maine on what island named for the hedgehog-like animal? North Olmsted.
Porcupine.
Is correct. When an atom of uranium loses 3 electrons, it becomes an ion with a charge of -3. Hoover.
+3?
+3, that's correct. I will accept that. A football novel titled Bleachers is one of the works... North Olmsted.
Brokaw?
John Grisham, looking for the author. Take a look at the monitor, please. When he stood to speak, stars and stripes came out of the sky. This was Stephen Vincent Benet's admiring description of what 19th century Massachusetts orator and senator who spoke North Olmsted.
Webster.
Webster is correct. In 1802, President Jefferson personally vaccinated his family against what disease associated with Edward Jenner? Archbishop Hoban.
Smallpox.
Smallpox is correct. A pie is sliced into 9 equal slices, each of which comes to a point at the center of the pie. What is the angle in degrees at the point of each slice? Archbishop Hoban.
40 degrees.
40 degrees is correct. Abel Magwitch is not a witch, but the escaped convict helped by Pip in what? Hoover.
Great Expectations.
That is correct. Look at the monitor, please. This second century Roman sarcophagus is decorated with scenes from what 490 BC battle where the Athenians defeated the... North Olmsted.
Thermopylae?
Marathon, looking for Marathon. There are over 1,500 languages and dialects in use in what Asian country where the official languages are Hindi and English? Hoover.
India.
Is correct. Students at Xavier University can take a course devoted to the historical role of what animal more commonly associated with the mythical Circe? Anybody? We're looking for pig, hog, or swine. Ironically, the Union Army's first regular black regiment took its name from what Confederate state that had been the first to secede? Archbishop Hoban.
South Carolina.
Is correct. The gift of gab is supposed to be conferred upon those who kiss what stone near? Hoover.
Blarney.
Blarney Stone is correct. Love's Labor Lost contains one of Shakespeare's few references to what 3? We are out of time. Let's take a look at the points at this point in our match. With 500 points, North Olmsted. With 540 points, Archbishop Hoban. Stand up, Hoover. You are the winners tonight with 615 points on Academic Challenge. Congratulations. Be sure to join us next week as we feature teams from Canton Central Catholic, Rocky River, and Shelby. I'm Adam Shapiro. We'll see you next week for another Academic Challenge. Have a good night, everybody.
Challenge has been brought to you by Westfield Insurance.
Cash Explosion Double Play. Buy a Cash Explosion instant ticket and you could be on it.
Congratulations, you won $100,000.
Cash Explosion Double Play. Saturday night at 7:30 right here. Cash Explosion Double Play. Your chance to win thousands.
Something wrong, officer?
Just a routine checkpoint, sir. Can I see your license, registration, and proof of insurance, please?
You said proof of insurance?
You do have insurance, right?
Yes, ma'am. My driver's safe auto.
Okay. Playing it safe. Okay. Have a good evening, sir.
Thanks.
Driving uninsured is a crime you could prevent with one phone call. 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. We keep you legal for less.
This Sunday on an all-new Grey's Anatomy. Hang on, because everyone's hooking up. Doctor.
Thanks. You're thanking me for the most boring sex ever?
Doctor, patient.
Life is too damn short to be following these rules.
What's going on? Is it an innocent flirtation? Bailey's on the warpath. Be careful.
Doctor, animal doctor.
I was wondering if you would like to go out with me.
Out with you.
On a date.
Date.
An all-new Grey's Anatomy this Sunday, 10/9 Central, only on ABC.
Mike Bass Ford has over 200 F-Series in stock, and you can buy one today for just $29.90.
Mike Bass Ford.
What could be safer and more enjoyable than a night at the movies with your family? That's horrible.
I'm always scared that you're sick to your stomach.
You might be surprised by what kind of crime goes on and how much.
Car thieves, child molesters, and drug dealers.
On your side with everything you need to know so that when you're in here, you're not worried about what's happening out there. Plus, the theaters that are having the most problems.
Sunday at 11, only on News Channel 5.